Hey YouTube, I'm back after a very long time, and this time I'm here to stay, yes, and I'll be making video continuously. I have a lot of ideas on making video, and I'll see how moving ahead how I can make those videos. So let's see the content of this video. So this video it is just a quick JavaScript tips that how you can check if an object has a specific property. So there will be a lot of condition where you have to do this check. If suppose there is a property name and you have to do some operation on it. Either you just want the first name part of that name property. So if that property is available, then only you can do the operation, correct? So you have to check if you have the property. If you have the property, then uh, give me the first name from that property. But if it is undefined, you can't do that. So in this video, we'll check the different ways in which you will check if an object has a specific property. You can see this the editor. So there is a object called employee. It has a name. It has a designation. So the first way is very simple. If the object has that property, you can use the dot notation to print that property. So if I do employee dot name, you can see it is returning me the value of that. It is returning me the value of that property. So I'm getting it. But what will happen if I'm using the dot notation on the property which does not exist on the object? Say email. Okay. So then it will give me undefined because we have not specified email property in the object. So suppose now then I have to do some operation on email, but since I don't have uh, if I don't have the email property, I will not be able to do anything. So before doing anything on a particular property, you can do a check that if property exists or not. So the first way is very simple. You see, right? If you do employee.email, it is giving you undefined. But if you do employee.name, it is giving you whatever the value of the property. So we'll check that if employee.name is triple equal to undefined. So it is just checking that. So we know that employee.name has a value, so it will not be equal to undefined. That's why we are getting the false, this one. Okay, I will comment out everything else just for a second to show you. So if you see now, employee.name, will it be equal to undefined? No, it will not be equal to undefined because employee.name is equal to this, and it is not equal to undefined because triple equal means that the value should be equal and the type should be equal. So if you see, the type here is string and this is undefined, which is also a type in JavaScript. So the type is not matching and not even the value, so it will return you false. For the second one, if you see, so employee.email, do we have email property in the employee object? No, we don't have, so it will return us undefined. So undefined, triple equal, undefined, is the type matching? Yes, the type is undefined. Are the value matching? Yes, the value is undefined. So it will return me true. So this one is the first way in which you can check if a specific property exists in an object or not. So the second method is to use a type of operator, and it is just a method available in JavaScript. You pass the property name and it will give you true or false based on the condition. So here, if you can see, let me uncomment the second one, and I'll comment out the first one. So if you see here, the type of employee.name, what will be the type of employee.name? Employee.name is a string with value char Malhotra. So the type of employee.name will be a string and the value will be the char Malhotra. And this is string with the value undefined. So if you see these both doesn't match, that's why it will return false. Okay, and the type of employee.email, it will be undefined and it will be string, because whatever type of return is a string. So undefined string will be equal to defined string, so it will return true. So the first way was just simply check the value, a specific value against the undefined. Okay, and the second was using type of method. So we can print it if you want. Okay, so we have to comment this one also, just to check what is the value of these two. So false, yeah, because it is not equal to undefined. Correct, it has a value. And this one giving true, because there is no property named as email, and it is undefined. So this is how the type of method you can use. Let's move on to the third method, which is has one property. So it is a method available on the prototype of the object. So if you see, the syntax is very simple. You write a object name, and then there is a method called has one property, and you write the property name. So this is the syntax of this method. So there is an object name, the method is has one property, and there is a property name. So we'll first check the name property. If you see employees, the object has one property name, it should return you true. Again, the employee object has one property email, it should return you false, because there is no property called email in the employee object. So we'll run this and it should return us true and false. Okay, we got the answer right. So this is the third way of checking the specific property in an object. The last but not the least is an in operator in JavaScript. This is the operator. The syntax is very simple, property name in object name. So the first one we are checking property name, and we are checking in employee object. So name is already there in employee object, so it is returning as true. And then we check for email in employee, it is returning as false. So we'll run it. So it's true and false. So there are four ways. One is simply just check the property value against undefined. Okay, the second one is using type of method, the third one is using has one property method, and the last one is using in operator. So yeah, that's it for this video. Just give this video a like, write down a comment if you have any question, or if what do you think about this video, and what type of video I can make in future, or what type of video you want me to make in future. And yeah, just subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.